Okay, what up, ladies and gents? This is probably the fastest stream start that you guys have been a part of, but yeah. Okay, 1 second. Sounds. Okay. Live and ready to jive. Okay. Good so far. Can roll some Zealot testing. Okay. Looks good thus far. Really cannot complain. I wish I could complain, but I'm not going to complain. It's time to test some weird stuff. Let's go see how relevant all this is. I have some ideas that I want to set out and see if they could work. Let's see if they could potentially be good. Okay. First two melts. Let's check what he's got for us. Nothing of any use. I mean, technically, this thing has shred. So I'll take it just for the perk. That to me. The rest will take some time. Okay, now let me go over to feats. What do I have in terms of the Thunder Hammer? Oh, this old ass Eviscerator. I'm pretty sure this is not necessary, so I'm gonna ditch that. Don't really have anything good in terms of Thunder Hammer feats. Maybe I can get something good eventually, but for now, I know I don't really have anything excellent. So I'm not going to utilize that. What I will do though, what I will try and do is, let's equip that first. Wrath be swift. The rest of this is okay. We'll try punishment. Okay. Let's see how this functions. Could be really good, could be really bad. But that's part of the fun, I guess. Okay, let's quickly check the store.
How may this humble unit
Looking good.
you?
No. 20% max health. I'm looking for toughness curios. If I can find them. Okay, not good yet. But that's okay with me. Let's first get used to this. Sure, Truff. Sure. Go ahead, go ahead. I will not stop you. Okay, a simple last gun will do. And I'll just hit some random T2 mission just to get my feet wet. Let's get a taste. Let's get a straight taste. I am ready to understand more. The thing is, whenever I do this, I love to understand and learn more. It's what makes me feel great. I like starting a day when I can instantly learn more. Good. Let's go. Ain't no time to waste.
We got heretic infiltrators tearing up Froside and Rannick's chewing my ear off about getting it fixed. You'll be heading into Enclave and Barros. Though as normal, we'll have to put you down a ways off. Once you're in, look for the engine station. If we capture that, we're golden.
Okay. Let's get this done. Okay, it's about a one. It's about a one hold. One hold. One hold. Okay. That works. Well, I mean, this is morning for me, Face. What's up? I'm also way earlier than normal. Normally I don't stream at this time, but after hearing about a lot of the stuff, you know, I was just super excited. I was like, you know what? I gotta try this shit. So I'm just having a little test of, you know. I mean, granted, this is only T2, so realistically speaking, it's not dangerous, but this is where I need to test. Nothing yet. So yesterday I posted my video on the feats for the Zealot, and a lot of people gave me some feedback on stuff that is supposed to work, but isn't working, and other good stuff like that. So I figure, why not? You know, I need to give this a taste. I need to give this a real test. So that's what I'm doing right now, because some people have mentioned that some feats are good, some feats are not so good. I want to know more. I want to know more. And that means that if I want to know more, I got to test it. Yeah, kind of, because a lot of people have mentioned the potential of the hammer. And, you know, I will not judge anybody or, you know, say that anything's good or bad without properly testing. So if they found a way to work this thing, and my idea is that, you know, I want to go through all the different, I want to go through like all the different games, you know, I want to go through T2, T3, and I want to see things in action in each one. All right. Like, I want to make sure that stuff works as advertised, you know? That's at least like my thinking. Now, of course, whether or not it's actually like how it's intended to work, that's an interesting thought. As far as I like, okay, so my honest response to that is that the Thunder Hammer has been pretty much useless in endgame, but some people have like made a sincere effort to try it, Now, whether or not, like, the flamethrower is good for horde clear at the end, but usually there'll be other players who can do horde clear. So realistically speaking, you should not need horde clear for the Zealot. And if you're wielding the hammer, you've already got horde clear in that sense. So realistically speaking, you would bring along something like a good Cantrell lasgun to round out your range capabilities. But again, that's up to you as a player. Honestly, I do like the lasgun simply because it's easy to use. It's highly effective in combat, and as you can see, it works pretty good for what it's supposed to do. And I mean, being able to take out a crusher, that's pretty useful. So the hammer does have like useful traits to it, but is it effective? Is it highly effective? I'm gonna go tier 2, tier 3 and see how it feels, because it definitely is gonna feel different to like it's gonna feel very different to how a normal Zealot plays, because Zealots are normally like all about that high speed, and there's nothing wrong with them being all about that high speed. Like, this is actually the way that a Zealot is meant to play. But with certain perks, I think that there can be some viability, and people have given me lots of ideas on the video, which I thought was really cool of them, and like them sharing their techniques and stuff. Now, we did have a couple of salty people, but again, no, I don't care about that. Like for me, that doesn't really matter. Like, they can be as salty as they want, but at the end of the day, you know, there are lots of people who I'm very grateful to, because they've been like, you know, they've been like genuinely trying to support the content and genuinely trying to give good ideas and stuff, and I'm really happy with that. It was designed for that, but it also depends on like how you specifically work that into your play style, I guess. Because if you're not like it, because depending on what kind of curios you run and all that kind of stuff as well, it creates some differences. Because like you could like, okay, so the standard bleed Zealot, right, is technically a little bit poorer at crowd control, because a standard bleed Zealot doesn't really worry too much about like the wave. Rather, they can tank an entire wave. It doesn't really matter because they're dealing so much damage so fast. Like, I feel like that's the way that they play. Now, for a Thunderhammer Zealot, you end up like having this amazing horde clear, which is awesome. But at the same time, you know, what you give up is that high attack speed. So you're sacrificing speed for power. And whether or not this is a good idea is, you know, up to each individual. Because like for me, I'm seeing the value in it for horde clear, because hordes are such a problem. Hey, Madcap Beef and Docho, what's up, man? I can see that hordes being such a huge problem, but at the same time, you know, T4 is a different animal, and I want to have something that works in T4 ultimately. You know, crit bleed is good, but I think a lot of people are bored of crit bleed and they don't really want to have only one option with the Zealot, and it feels like they've been limited. So I want to, at least for their sake, also try out some stuff. Like, maybe I can make something work, you know, because some people have had successes, but you know, because they're not YouTubers or content creators, their successes are limited. Either that, or they get looked down upon for, you know, the technique that they may use. All of this, I think, is very important, and it factors into why I do what I do. Because if somebody gives me an idea, I say, okay, maybe I can run with it and try a little something. You know, like I said, it may not work out, it may not pan out, but, you know, if I go tier 2, tier 3, it will work really nicely. Yeah, the patch, I'm pretty excited. I want to see what the patch notes are all about and stuff. So yeah. Oh, sorry, a friend sent me a message and I started burning. But even if I'm making mistakes, you know, I haven't even used Chastise the Wicked all that much, which I find very interesting. Like, I'm seeing some serious value. So, like, this build, like, the dude was asking me to use Die Wrath Be Swift, and I'm seeing some serious value from it, you know? Like, I'm actually seeing some serious nice value. Yeah, no, I'm ready to test. Like, I may not have the perfect blessings or whatever, but I've got some build ideas that, you know, I'm kind of working together. And like, I want to, like, for me, you know, as soon as somebody tells me something, because I'm a full-timer anyway, you know, I want to try it. Like, I'm super excited to try some of the ideas that people have given me regarding the Zelly, you know. So although I don't have a perfect build or anything, it gives me the opportunity to at least, like, you know, see the perspective of others. Because a build, right, if it's reliant on a particular blessing, that's also totally okay. But like, without it, can I make something work is I guess the question I want to answer. Can I make something work without all the bells and whistles, you know? And if I can, then that gives me like something really good to work with as well, which I can dig, you know. I really dig that. So although this is only T2 first, like, I'm gonna go level by level on this. And as I go level by level, I want to see if maybe something can work in my favor and, you know, maybe supplement the skills that I have already. I think it's more to do, like, just to say that, right? What's the better staff for higher tiers? To answer that question, right, if you want a professional answer from me, I would say that, to be perfectly honest, whether or not something is good in higher tiers depends also on the build you have surrounding it. I already have a Void Strike build out, and it's like fully released, so you can check that out if you want. That has functioned in T4 with no problems. Similarly, I have a build, like, I don't have a Pergatus build yet. I do plan on working on it, but like, that one will take some time because it still needs to undergo some testing. So once that is tested, I will definitely let you guys know. Gotta admit, that was fun. So yeah, the Pergatus is also good at high levels, but it's good for Horde clear, same as the Void Strike. They're both good at Horde clear. But the Pergatus build, I would say, requires the Deflector Force Staff, which can put a dampener in a lot of people's... like, the Void Strike doesn't. You see, that's kind of thing. So the Pergatus' good point is that it is very strong for anti-horde, but the Void Strike can be made like very easily and cheaply without any specific blessings or perks, which I think is also quite awesome. So it depends on how you want to go. But Deflector, once you get it, is such a good blessing on the Force Sword, and farming for that should be every Psyker's goal right now, because I think it just does a lot. I see, Docho, but you almost got it. That's pretty awesome. And yes, level by level is my intended testing style, Texel. I always go level by level. That's why I'm like, I'll start with tier 2, then I'll say, okay, so this worked in tier 2. Does it give me the same value in tier 3? And then after that, you know, I'll say, okay, now it's given me some value in tier 3. Can it give me the same value in tier 4? You know, but also I need to look at like ideal blessings, like, because at least for tier 4, your first blessing must be ideal. I would say that is too important, because for example, with the Thunder Hammer, one of the so-called ideal blessings is the toughness on cleave, which I think is super necessary, because if you don't have that, right, no matter how many cleaving blows you deliver, you just don't get enough value out of it, as compared to like the Power Sword, for example. So that is something else that I think a lot of people have to be aware of, because this hammer cleaves through fucking souls. You know, it really does, and it is best. It does its best when you're able to board clear. So if you really want to fuck up somebody's day, you can do that with this. And it really works out well. But at the same time, you know, you are kind of limited by the sense that, okay, if you're not fighting a horde, you're not exactly doing your best, you know? And that's why I'm testing like various different ways that I could structure this and to see what kind of value it could bring, especially in higher tiers. Because ideally, this gives the Zealot a very powerful horde clear mechanic. Same as what the veteran gets with the power sword, albeit the power sword is far faster and much more useful. This gives the you know, this just gives you that ultimate satisfaction of pounding somebody into dust, which I think is really awesome, to be fair. But it necessitates good technique, you know? You should definitely run it real, like, just for the blessing, dude. Like, I mean, of course you should wait for a better one too, but I would run it purely for the blessing. Unless the sword is so terrible that, you know, you can't do anything with it, then okay, there's nothing I could say. But, you know, most of the time that should not be such a problem. Because your biggest damage as a psyker comes from other stuff, not necessarily your the normal swing is quite fast, so like unless I'm not, like when I'm not dealing with hordes, I can kind of swipe them. I don't have a top 3 blessing because I don't know what blessings are possible. I have not looked at the blessings list. But also, I know for a fact that I do want one particular blessing, which is gaining toughness on a cleaving swing. I think it's 3 targets or more. That one is too important for this. It's also important for the Eviscerator. So, like these two, I would say take priority for me. Aside from that, I don't think anything is too necessary for now because we don't have a way of transferring blessings anyway. So even if we were to try and roll perfect blessings, that isn't gonna happen. For Void Strike, to be honest, I would like to I think there's a Quell Peril on weak spot hit. I think that is the most useful because if you play with either Quietude or Warp Absorption, I mean either way, whichever way you run it, Quietude or Warp Absorption, both of them will benefit from reducing a peril, which I think is too important, especially if you want to do well as a Void Strike Psyker. Like if you're interested in Psyker gameplay, tomorrow is the stream you don't want to miss, because tomorrow's stream around this time is too important. A speed build with the hammer, I mean, I've thought about it, but honestly, because of the way that there are certain feats right now that are extremely bugged, and I'm waiting till the patch drops tonight to see whether or not those bugs are fixed. If they are, then I won't do videos on them because it's already fixed. But if they aren't, then I'll let people know what the bugs are, because some people aren't aware that they're bugged. I was not aware until some people told me. And if they're not fixed, that means people aren't reporting these bugs to the devs. So I've got additional work cut out for me, and that's very, very important. So from my personal perspective, I want to make sure that I at least get a chance to see what the patch is, and after that, I will go and test it myself. But speed build, as of right now, should not be possible. Should not. At least not without drastic sacrifices in many different ways, which I think would be detrimental to the overall playstyle. Rather, a hybrid hammer build is much better because you can solve the speed problems by dashing and then swinging. You see? That works as well. Hey! Colorex, what's up? Good morning. The other problem is, like, when you have a particular elite to kill and trash mobs around as well, it can be hard to get the killing blow on the Rager. So that, I think, is a bit of a negative, because honestly, if I'm designed to specifically counter certain targets, I need to be able to get to them. Of course, it would be easier to kill the Crusher and stuff like that, but yeah. Oh, listen, I'm just happy that a lot of people support me and, you know, are giving me the chance, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. And, you know, Today, one guy got super salty at me because he was all like, "Oh, you don't understand like these things. You don't know. You didn't even test it." I was like, "Well, I tested it to the best of my knowledge, but if there's things I don't know and people don't tell me, how am I supposed to learn, right?" So I don't mind learning and growing when I'm wrong, because it doesn't really matter, you know. Like for me, it's all just a learning journey, and that's why like I'm very happy that people are sharing their information with me, because that is how I grow as a creator, and eventually, you know, that is how I want to be the best partner for you guys. But I think some people are just salty because, you know, they would never have the balls to do what I do, and like they're like so afraid to admit when they're wrong. But for me, I don't mind, because if I'm wrong, you know. Yeah, you learn from it and you grow from that and you get better, you know. Psyker. I will always be a Psyker main. There is no character that I'll main over a Psyker. And to be fair, if I had to pick a different one, I would probably pick the Veteran Sharpshooter, because I love the range playstyle. But the Zealot is damn fun, and honestly, I have quite a bit of fun on it. A simple tier 2 though, yeah, no problem so far. Now to try some tier 3. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, Rebot, but I'm like trying to figure out the best toughness regeneration perk, because the crit doesn't really gel with it, you see. So I'm trying to think of whether or not I could run something like the regenerate in a, you know, in an air, like the when 3 or more enemies are around. Like I'm thinking of that, so I'm testing all these variables out as I go through the threat levels. What if Arbitrator or Tech Priest get added? Oh dude, I would love some of that. Give me a second. Yeah. One second. Okay, that's awesome. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm just checking on my other stuff as well. Having trouble equipping yourself with the shop system? Yeah, the shop system is pretty bad, but do give feedback. Do give feedback. How do I play a mission? There's just nobody in my region. Oceania is a very tiny region, my dude. Well, listen, Jax, if you get the game because of me, make sure you get it via the link in my description of the video, okay? If you do that for me, I will love you long time. But yeah, no, I'm convincing as many people as I can to get the game because of me. You know, I want that. I want the devs to see that I'm putting in the work, you know, so that at the end of the day, when they're down, you know, they're gonna give me that love back in return. You're in Oceania? Nice. I'm actually Singaporean. But I'm currently staying in Perth, Australia. Okay, let's try a T3 mission and let's see how that goes, because it could go really good, it could go really bad. I'm just gonna try some quick play, and we'll try and bum around T3 and see if that works out for us. Malaysia? Nah, I'm Singaporean, bro. Sorry, no Malaysian for me. Warp Flurry. It feels like it doesn't even change the charge time at all, let alone make it worth to run, and the suppression talent on staff. To be fair, I'm not testing blessings right now, and I'll tell you why, River Demon, because it is unnecessary to test them at all. The blessings we should only worry about once the crafting system is in. That's the only time I'll test them, because right now testing them is not worthwhile. Even if you find out that it's bad, you're still gonna probably use the staff if it's good, and the blessings are pretty much irrelevant on the staff. Based on everything that I've seen thus far, right, the blessings are totally irrelevant on the staff. Like they can give you an additional benefit, but honestly, you don't really need to worry about the blessing on the staff. Worry about the stats, because your stats are so much more important, especially for your staff. The only blessing you need to worry about is Deflector on the Force Sword. That is my honest answer to you, and you can go straight to T4, T5. The talent that worked best for me above T3 was crit toughness. Yeah, I have no doubt that crit toughness is going to work well. I just want to see if there's any option for anything else. No, not yet, Drew H. I plan on... Ogren is the last on my list. Like, right now I'm doing the Veteran Sharpshooter, and of course the Zealot and Psyker have hit the level 30 already. Psyker is my main. But yeah, Ogren will be last on my list. I just do not feel the Ogren fits me, but of course, as a content creator, I have to try everything. So, I'm taking my time on that one. But I'm also trying to learn and see, you know, how things work. Because there's still a lot more for me to do, especially with regards to, like, the Zealot. As you can see, I've got a lot of hammering to do. You know? Yeah, see, the biggest problem in the tougher difficulties is when you encounter situations like this. Like, there's a lot of value in the hammer, but at the same time, you know, it's got its own weaknesses in terms of the slower speed. So I'm trying to see, like, how I can best structure this kind of thing. Because ultimately, the Zealot is a frontline character, and he has to be played as such. Yeah, Deflector is the big necessary thing, River Demon, so... Is this level 5? What? No. No, this is just Malice, dude. Oceania is empty, that's all. I'm very sad because my region always has a lack of players. We need more players in Oceania. Because I quick played a Malice level mission, and like there's still nobody in. But all I'm trying to do is just understand how things function. So of course in T2, like the Thunder Hammer is like God's gift to you. But we all know that T2 is never, or T3 are not representative of the real game. So this is where I think it gets like super important that people take the opportunity, chance and whatever to really try out what works and what doesn't work. You know, because for Horde clear, you know, without the toughness restoring blessing, as you can see, right, once it gets to tier 3 and enemies get a lot tougher than tier 2, even the Horde clear potential of the hammer seems lessened, you know. Sure, you can dodge around attacks, but I just don't see the value and the power in it as opposed to what we had in T2. And this could be compounded and made even worse in T4. And this is because the Thunder Hammer doesn't have an AoE on activation, so it's a single target, which is one of the biggest complaints that I think one of the creators had about for me, I only play with channel supporters and members who I've known for a long time, so I do apologize for that. If people in Oceania encounter me randomly, that's okay, but yeah, I don't usually play with people who I don't know well. And there are very good reasons for that. But yeah, that's basically my channel policy. Like, if I know you well and you're a longtime supporter or a close friend of mine, then I don't mind going with people, but otherwise I just keep to myself or the randos. But yeah, oh man, the bot's dead. Okay, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm not seeing as much value in T3 as I would from, like, because I could run my crit bleed axe and, you know, get so much more value out of it. So I desperately want the Thunder Hammer to be good, but lore-wise, the Thunder Hammer should have an AoE on activation. It shouldn't be a single target the way it is right now. That presents a problem for me, and the creator Discord was actually having a debate on this, because lore-wise, okay, you are supposed to be able to AoE with the Thunder Hammer special. It makes no sense for us not to have that, while the veterans can cleave through multiple targets with their power sword. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I would like to see some revision to the Thunder Hammer. At the very least, I believe that we deserve an AoE on the special activation, much like the power sword. and ours last for a measly 1 hit. Whereas the veteran sharpshooter, like their activation lasts for like a long time. That is huge. That is huge in terms of like how much damage they can do with it, you know. Granted, the veteran is squishy and needs a decent AoE weapon. And I'm all for them keeping the power sword as a unique weapon because they deserve it. But still, I believe that the thunder hammer needs to be better for the what you call it, the zealot, because it's just not doing what it's supposed to do at all, and that I do not like. I would prefer it if this weapon actually did, because all it takes is one horde, and you get stuck in it, right? And let's say your team can't keep up, like these bots can't keep up with me, right? Then you're freaking done. So a lot of the people that have had good results with the thunder hammer, I think that they've been in teams or pre-mates, which is really good for them. But you know, and they're bringing it along as the horde clear mechanic, which is, I think, a good thing to have. But for me, I can't really benefit from that as much as I would like. So that presents an issue for me, I reckon, you know? And it is such an iconic weapon. And I think that that is so important because the thunder hammer is just an amazing... Yeah, it should get an AoE stun. Like, these things are covered in lore, you know? And I think that between the two, right, I am more willing to run the Eviscerator over the thunder hammer because the thunder hammer just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, the thunder hammer seems like such a great weapon, but I think that when it comes to speed running like T3s and whatever, the thunder hammer gives me low value for what I'm supposed to get, whereas the Eviscerator would give me a very high value. And that, I think, is something that, you know, is quite saddening because this is the Zealot's iconic weapon. This is their thing. This is their jam, you know. They deserve to at least have something good. Oh man. Well, that's how it is. You get shot by everybody and then bada bing bada boom, you know, you're done. The Psyker Sword special does amazing amounts of damage though, and it's not an AoE weapon. The Psyker Sword cleaves by its very nature. That's why the Psyker Sword doesn't need an AoE. It's not meant for cleaving. Dude, the Psyker himself is an AoE already, you know? So the Psyker Sword, I can agree with it because the Psyker Sword is designed to give you single target damage, not the other way around. Yeah, the range fire is, I think, one of the biggest detriments to the Zealot's Thunderhammer playstyle because it just doesn't accommodate him. Whereas, you know, with the veteran, I can just cleave through stuff, and I feel the difference because I was playing with my power sword on the veteran, and I was having such a good time. And then I come here, and then it's like all of a sudden it's like, no. I am no longer as good as I was.
Focus fire. Aye. Shadow. Located cargo elevator. Let's hope it works.
Yeah, it makes sense. I would say the same thing, Piotr. I think the Eviscerator is in a semi-decent place, but again, I'm not an Eviscerator main. I'm planning on working on the Eviscerator after this because the Thunderhammer is just not doing it for me. Like for me, the Thunderhammer stops at T3, which is not where I believe it should be. I believe it can go higher, but maybe I don't have the right blessings. Maybe it's much like the Force Sword, where like if you want to run a Thunderhammer build, it has to be with very specific blessings, which I can kind of understand. It could be potentially designed like that, and that's okay with me. That's okay with me. I don't mind. I don't mind something that works in that way, so long as, you know, so long as it serves a purpose, a proper purpose, you know. But right now it doesn't feel like it does. It feels like the Thunderhammer without a proper blessing just does not fulfill the right purpose at all. Exactly. You have to mash heavy attacks for it. It just doesn't feel fast, you know. And honest to God, I've seen like so many other things like feel fast, and that's kind of the thing. It needs to feel fast. Because the Zealot is a fast character, to be fair. And it just doesn't feel like it's, you know, doing anything at all. Yeah, I'm trying it with like a lot of different stuff, like Dirath, Be Swift, and it's just still not doing it for me. Like, I feel that I would still get better value out of like the Eviscerator. You know, if I were to run the Eviscerator with this instead, right? Or even the Chainsword. If I were to run either of those, I feel like I would get a way better like value out of the whole thing than I would running what I have now. So although the Thunderhammer is great, it just doesn't give me the power that I need to really, you know, do my job at all. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's good. That I think is what annoys me the most. The fact that it doesn't feel good to use, you know? I mean, you can say put on the body mass ton. How are you gonna do that? Oh, you're talking about the feat? Yeah, no, I have that on. I have that on, dude. It just doesn't help at all, because the crux of the problem, River Demon, is the slow speed. It's the slow speed of the swings that is a major issue, you know? If not for that, I think we could get some serious value out of it. But the swings just seem too slow. And if they're gonna make it slow, that's fine. But you need to give its best feature, which is the special, an AoE. Or at least an AoE stun, as others have suggested, because lore-wise, technically, that's what the Thunderhammer did. The Thunderhammer uses a distortion field, a disruption field, sorry, and that is the same thing that you see in a power sword. What does this do? Lore-wise, or fluff-wise, as they say, this is supposed to allow you to effectively, like, destroy, like, it releases this giant electrical blast, all right, that can actually shred through matter. It's like a matter disruption field. To explain it in simple scientific terms. So the power sword has it, but it's around the blade, whereas the Thunderhammer releases it in a massive charge. This is actually seen in Space Marine by Relic, you know, and that annoyed me, because like I came here expecting the same thing that I've been seeing and using, and it's just not here. So I'd say that was one of my big disappointments when I started seeing this, because even if I utilize the special, right, the big problem is that even if I use the special, it doesn't cleave. Whereas the power sword, I can use the special, like activate the distortion field, and it will go through multiple targets on a heavy swing. Whereas here it doesn't. I have to slowly utilize my normal heavy swing without the benefit of the power field being activated. Which makes the power field like effectively a single, it turns your weapon into a single target attack, which makes the Thunderhammer really weak. This is like something like a lot of people say, oh no, Thunderhammer's fine, but I say no, Thunderhammer's weak. And honestly, it causes more problems than it solves. Like, I could get through a T3, but I have to have another Zealot with me. You know, whereas if I were running a T3 with a veteran, I could carry the bots through. As soon as I got another Zealot, it worked. But again, I'd say that that's not indicative of a good system, you know. Yeah, no, it is. But again, you know, that's not how it's supposed to work, Arrow, because it is actually like one of the best cleaving weapons for the Zealot, and it's the iconic weapon of the Zealot. You can't give us a shit iconic weapon. Whereas the veteran has their like awesome ass iconic weapon, you know. That is what I feel upset about, because because a lot of people have already complained the veteran sharpshooter feels like the favorite child, whereas all the other classes are gimped in some way. Like one of our talents doesn't even actually work as advertised, which is super sad. Yeah, exactly, Piotr. And that's I think one of the biggest problems that I encounter. Because why wouldn't I use a combat knife with lacerate and use this instead? Because yeah, sure, you can pop other enemies like really fast, but like that's not helpful. Because the veteran will do that better than you. So to me, it just serves no purpose. Yeah, exactly. It should be exactly the same as the Zealot's as the veteran's weapon. Like, why the hell do they have like a different system to their weapon when we have, you know, only one lousy charge and we have to charge up again after? Like, bro, that's not cool, man. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you got some good stuff for your Psyker. Honestly, between the Zealot and the Psyker, right, I would have way more fun playing the Psyker because, like, the Psyker is good at what it does, and I already know what it's supposed to do.
The glories of this place are rolling past. A shame.
Couple of centuries would be my guess. Whenever the cost of repair outweighed its usefulness.
The God Emperor shall see it reclaimed. Have no doubt.
Is that a med station?
Yeah, exactly. The power sword is so strong by comparison. And look, if I'm using a light attack, right, I can't even delete a rager. Which I should be able to because this is a fucking Thunderhammer. It's literally supposed to destroy most of these types of characters. So what the hell? You know? This is what I find annoying. Like, I feel like the Zealot got gimped on their iconic weapon. Because this is the iconic Zealot weapon. They deserve better. They really do. Like, the Psychers and they pop the Ragers, so my Thunderhammer is even less useful. Yeah, I've heard people mentioning stuff like that. Like, once you get going in a horde, of course you are very unstoppable, but, you know, it just feels so strange at times. Maybe I'm just spoiled by other classes, you know? For getting around bulwark shields, no. Just like if you your Psyker should just brain burst them, or somebody should use a grenade. Otherwise, just attack it from behind. Like, so positioning is important. Just attack it from behind. Like, that's what I would do. I would just attack it from behind. If somebody else, if it's focusing on somebody else, then that person should just block or dodge, and then you go around behind the bulwark. If you can't get around behind it, just toss a grenade. Grenade will usually solve your issues for you. Grenades are great problem solvers. And like, even if I want to horde clear with this hammer, right? To be fair, the Psyker with Pregatus does it way better. So again, I just feel like Zealots are losing out, you know? They don't have like the kind of cool, unique stuff. Like, they feel more generic because here, Combat Blade, yay. And I kind of feel bad for Zealots in that sense. Because Zealots are awesome, but they just don't feel as unique as other classes. Because their unique stuff is gimped. And I actually like... You know, I'm a huge fan of saying Psychers need a buff, especially because of Brain Burst, but you know what? I think Zealots need a buff on their Thunderhammer. It's so unfair that their weapon is like this. I mean, Eviscerator is also a unique weapon, but yeah. Yes, because the Surge Staff was actually designed for killing elites, which I think is awesome. Like, I think that that's a really awesome part of it, which makes it super fucking cool. The Surge Staff is such a good elite deleter, but it's got bad horde clear, so if the Psyker is not in the horde clear role, somebody else has to take it on. That's something that I think, like, for T4, T5, you can set up with your team. If you want the Psyker to be in the stunner role, then somebody else has to horde clear. Which could be good, could be bad. Depends on how you take it. Yeah, some cool unique perks would be awesome, Anthony Davis, but I don't know how they like you could suggest it on the forums. Maybe they'll implement something like that in future. Fat Shark is always open to unique ideas, so you know, don't hesitate to send them in on the forums. Yeah, I agree, because again, it's that long duration doesn't help, you know, Piotr. So I agree on that. I think that the thing should be better.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm gonna go mess around with the Eviscerator after this, because this thing just didn't feel as good. But I can see some value in the Eviscerator.
Let the mind attend to itself.
That's the trapper done!
Merciful death!
That's the pneumatic conveyor you'll be using to get the samples out.
Yeah, that's pretty much the standard for Horde clear on the Eviscerator.
Those chambers and find the contagion samples. Load it into the pneumatic conveyor. Quickly.
LOL. Ah, yes, barreled. Yeah, I'm like, my thought is right now, right? If I need Horde clear, I may as well run the Flamer. You know, I may as well legit run the Flamer instead. Because it just would make some more, it just would make more sense to me. Oh man, okay. There. Yeah, I can see that making sense. I just feel sad about the hammer though. Like, I really want it to be good, but it just doesn't feel good. Woo! But I will tell you one thing, Die Wrath Be Swift is hilarious for running away. The Assault Chain Axe. What kind of build you running with that? Can you give me the feat numbers? Like, I would love to try it out. Like, anything to try something different for the Zealot. Because I think that's what people want. Okay. Yeah, I would love to see the Power Maul doing well. But please, if you can give me rebot your feat loadout, I would love to try it out. Yeah, with Shred, I can see the Eviscerator being good. Like, that's where I want to go next. I want to test that out next. Give me a second, though. I'm just going to check something. Okay, while I go and check something, because this is really important, I'm going to ask you guys for 2 small favors. Can you guys like the stream if you haven't liked it already? The more likes you do, the higher we go in the algorithm. I'm also going to run a very quick 1 minute of ad breaks. I do apologize for anyone that gets ads. Just know that I'm not doing it for the revenue. I'm just doing it to push the stream higher. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to quickly get this sorted out. That's kind of also why I want his build. You know, even if it's awkward, I would happily, like, if you've got a build for me to test, then lay it on me, bro, because I want to know. I want to learn. Yeah, let me know if you got a good one. Sorry, guys. This will only take a second before I resume stream. Just don't mind me. Okay, go here. But Bloodletter is only on crit, isn't it? Or is it only on special? Because if it has lacerate, that makes a huge difference. If it doesn't have lacerate, then, you know. Well, anyway, here's this chain axe. But I can't remember if I've got one with shred. I am, however, going to try this Eviscerator with shred. That's the next thing I want to try. Toughness, bloodletting. Thy Wrath Be Swift, though, might actually work really nicely. Rather than punishment, I might run Thy Wrath Be Swift instead. Because if I've got shred, then I've got, you know, some extra stuff ready. That makes good sense to me. Invocation of Death, I'm willing to test that out.
Commencing disengagement.
Yeah, no, it's only on special, dude. That's the kind of thing. I don't do penances, Madcap. So I have no advice for you because I don't touch penances. I hate penances. The reason why I don't do them is because I find them stupid. Like 95% of the time, I find them stupid. So that's a thing. Okay, and thank you guys for increasing the likes to 16. That's pretty fucking awesome. Like, we might even hit 20 soon. Okay, I have what I need here. Let me quickly change operatives for a second. I'm gonna check on my veteran sharpshooter. I want a good plasma gun. Never get a good plasma gun. Oh, it does? It lasts for up to 3 attacks. That makes sense though, Docho. Because if it's not like the Eviscerator where it's just 1, then the chain axe might have some good value. I'll keep an eye out for a good chain axe perk if I can. I mean, a bolter, like if you're using horde clear on the Eviscerator, then of course you'd want a bolter for the specials. you know, I guess that's just the way that you should be structuring it. Okay, let's see. Anything good? I could advance that. Yeah, I'll take this to advance my stuff. And I'll buy this. I've run out of cash, but that's okay. I just need to have it in my inventory anyway. And for this one, I will actually put it on the cantrell. Speed load, I definitely don't need. So this whole thing can go directly to hell. Headhunter autogun. Terrible. Bye. Okay. Back on to my zealot. As long as it can crit, I think it'll be awesome. Yeah, if it can crit, you know, and cause bleeding, I think that would be awesome, especially if its special lasts for 3 attacks. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's a good one. Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm reading this comment by this dude. Yeah. Yeah, from what I've read from a lot of people, in general, I'm seeing that most people generally they choose to use more bleeding and crits for their higher level runs, especially with the bolter. I don't even know if I have a bolter. Might somewhere. Let's try memeing with this. Chain axe had better mobility? Yeah, I guess so. Thank you for subscribing, Frosty Heretic and Timothy Morales. Love those names. Okay. Let's go hit a simple assassination mission, you know? Give it a nice taste. The gold last pistol. Oh, I'm glad you like it. In-game base crit chance on weapons? Not that I know of, dude. Because even if I inspect a weapon, right, it doesn't really show the base crit chance. People have been asking about that, but it really doesn't show the base crit chance at all anywhere. Even if you go, like, hide information, show information, tab here, like, it just doesn't show anything. So, you know, that's the only problem. Yeah, an Emperor's Gift. I'm hoping I get a good one, too, eventually. This shreddy Eviscerator was also an Emperor's Gift. Yeah, right?
Particular heretics dug into the enforcer station like a swamp chick. You'll be going in through the sewers, so I hope you've got watertight boots.
I don't think anyone in their right mind would buy a last pistol. I mean, somebody in their wrong mind might buy one, but I know I wouldn't buy one. Sorry. Stream is being weird with me. There we go.
Can't always be sunshine and flowers, can it?
Is that
You mean
sin
run and gun?
or
Yeah, that's an interesting
something
perk.
worse?
You'll need an ascender to reach street level, so keep moving.
What a glorious fracking day.
But all it does is it allows you to shoot while sprinting, right? Does it have any other impact, like on accuracy and stuff like that? Yeah, that's what I want to know, because does it have any other impact is important to me. Like, if it does have some other impact, that could be pretty fucking cool, I guess. Yeah, the staffs also get it. I just never, like, with my staffs, most of the time,
Keep going. This maintenance area means you're on the right path.
oh, hey. I got a Skull Taker penance. I'm fucking cornate.
Engage! Loyalists in engagement!
Beware yon battle!
Precision fire. Take your shots.
Ye all fall!
Oh, for God's sake, these bots. Come on. Come on, bots. You can do better. Get the dog off me. Sometimes it's so hard to test with bots because they just die off.
Patch yourself up.
There we go.
Hey, soldier. I've got you.
Even with like a normal team, it might be a little better. But yeah, with bots, it's just a horrifying mess to test. Still, I like to use the bot test as well because if I can carry fucking bots through something... Oh my god. Tried to dodge away. It did not work well.
I'm down!
Like, the bots can't even pull each other up. Okay. Depends. Psychers don't normally have dueling swords. Some Psychers do, but most of the best Psychers do not use dueling swords because you would literally be wasting your time with a dueling sword, in my honest opinion. Like, the dueling sword is okay, but it's honestly also pretty bad. Because a lot of people utilize it, but without understanding it. And that can be a problem. That's the only, I would say, downside to it. Like, people use the dueling sword without fully understanding it. And without fully understanding what it's supposed to be about. I'm gonna talk shit about the dueling sword because I've told you, I'm the original guy that loved it, but I'll tell you, it has shortcomings. Like, it can do great. It can do great. But I find that it doesn't give me enough value for what it does. Because why would I give up my Force Sword, which has literally one of the best AoE stuns in the game? Like, it makes no sense. You get what I mean? That's where I feel that it goes wrong. And the bolter, I'm okay with the bolter. Could be better though. Especially because I hate the prep time. Yeah, it's great for mobility. How's Trauma Staff? Terrible. Look, no matter what anyone says, oh, Trauma Staff is great. I've never seen a good Trauma Staff user in T4 and above. Oh, well, that is true. But you could do the same. You could do the same literally with a Force Sword. And Craft, here's the best part. With Deflector, you can deflect a hell of a lot of the attacks too. Some of the best tanking I've done on the Daemon Host was solely with the force sword. But I guess at that point it's personal preference. The dueling sword is great dodging, but overall, I find it like if I'm really intent on fucking somebody's day up, I go force sword, because especially deflector is just too good to pass up. I find that with the dueling sword, like now that I'm used to deflector, if I see some range guys and I pull out the dueling sword, then I'm so fucked. But I do love it for what it offers, and I've got a really good one too. But for me, right, I just prefer, I guess, the force sword because it just works better for me. You know, that, and I love the special attack too. Sometimes I feel a bit naked without my special attack, but I don't disagree that dueling sword has the best mobility. Understandable. And with the surge staff, I still end up using the deflector. But also, I find that surge staff makes you very team dependent, which is something which I've always hated. Like, as much as I don't mind like working with teams and stuff, I think that when it comes to that higher level of gameplay, it's just so annoying to have to like purposefully be aware of your team all the time with the surge staff. I prefer running my force sword Pergatus so that I can just shield whoever needs shielding. And then when I really need to fuck somebody's day up, I just straight up go with my awesome ass Pergatus and just burn them all to death. But that one, I'm still working on the full build for that, because that one is super dependent on the what you call it, deflector perk. Yeah, if it's not heresy tested, I can't test it, because I can only test a build that works in heresy. Because the thing is, as most people will tell you, the game doesn't really start until heresy. Everything before that is all just like farming. So a lot of people will look down if you say I've checked this build but not on heresy. In that case, I cannot test it, and usually will not test it, because anything that works only in malice and below is not really a build, since anything works in malice and below, you know? But that's why I'm trying, like, some of the people that have claimed their T4 builds work for Eviscerator and other stuff. I want to hopefully see that in action and maybe find something else for Zealots to play, because right now everybody in high tiers tends to use mostly the combat blade or tactical axe build, and I don't blame them, because that's just, you know, what works the best. Well, looks like I'm getting nommed on. Ah, the other guy got nommed on too. Oh, shh. Where's this other hunt? I mean, sure, I might be stuck with bots, but this is just wild.
The ears as foul as a sinner's breath.
I think the main downside that I'm suffering from is that I think this Eviscerator is great, but without my holy revenant, I just don't have as much viability. By the way, you can't post links on YouTube, so if you have to, like, just name the site and we'll go Google it ourselves, just so you know. Because YouTube automatically denies link posting. The Pergatus is definitely good, but it makes you hoard clear focus, so you have to be aware that, you know, you've got to at least be ready to handle specials in a different way. And Brain Burst is not going to help you in higher difficulties, which is the biggest problem.
Reminds me of that time at Relay Obscurum. Always rely on an old soldier, yeah?
I mean, the Eviscerator looks satisfying if you don't like playing the normal Zealot. But crunch-wise, like, again, it has its own problems. Like, half the issues I had with this one would not have happened if I was on my, normal Zelly. Which I can also attribute it to the fact that I don't have my Holy Revenant. So I guess I'm a bit less willing to take certain risks. Which I should normally be taking, but, you know. Yeah, I reckon, like, between, like, having tested Thy Wrath Be Swift, like, it's great, but I just don't see as much value in it as Holy Revenant, because Holy Revenant allows me to be careless. It gives me that crutch that I need. Which, crunch-wise, is pretty good. Yeah, of course, because, realistically speaking, Damnation is the only one where it counts, but I found that a lot of those Damnation builds also failed because they rely on specific situations, scenarios, things like that. Those are not always available to people, which is why I test my builds mostly in H4. If it can do H4, if it can do T4, it can do T5. The only difference being that the build itself would have to show efficiency enough. Because T4 and T5, the difference isn't much, but T3 and T4, the difference is huge. And that's why, like, for most builds, it must be T4, T5 worthy. Because nobody should be playing below that. Like, if you're playing below that, that's for farming. Like, so, like, for your farming gear or materials, that's where people play, like, the T3, T2s. Which is not wrong. That's absolutely okay, you know? But for build-wise, it has to be strictly, you know, T4, T5 worthy. And of course, for most people that submit stuff, they only submit for T5. Which is okay, but it also gives people a lot of the wrong impressions. Which sometimes does annoy me because people don't realize that some of these guys are playing with full squads, full teams, coordinated pre-mates where everybody has their role, and they describe that in the post. And then I look at that because I took a look at a lot of the build guides for the Zealot, and honest to God, a lot of them were not worth taking a second look at because they were all reliant on a particular blessing on the Eviscerator to be viable. And I was looking at it and I was saying, no, this might not work because what if a person doesn't have it? That's why I test my builds in T4 so that other people in their like who are still in their grinding phase can at least try and build something up and maybe get something good. You never know. Oh. I would say something like that could be really good. Games Lantern, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, this is the one. Here, now I can make it easier for you. What's coming? Yeah, without my Holy Revenant, I feel pretty useless.
Get ye gone, armor.
Damn.
Ye help me.
Yeah. That I think is important.
Hey, over here, help!
Well, this is T3. Crypto, I'm just testing stuff. But yeah. No, bosses dying fast in T4. If the people are good geared, yeah. Exactly. I kind of feel that way, Zale. You know, playing without Holy Revenant, just I'm trying to like the whole thy way be swift or whatever, but I just feel like not good. Like without my Holy Revenant, what am I even playing for? You know? Feels weird. No, just T3. It was T4, the boss would take a little bit longer to die. But then again, we're all running like bolters. But I'm just playing with randos because I just want to get a feel for certain things. You know, get an idea of how certain things feel. Yeah, that's kind of the sad thing, Zale. Which is why, like, you know, I gotta learn more.
Use it wisely.
Need ammo, soldier.
Have you come seeking the truth?
Terminating primary target.
Thanks to redacted target confirmed. Go to work.
I gotta get used to the attack pattern. Okay. Got an infantry autogun. How nice. Why would you use an autogun while... Oh, by the way, Frosty Heretic, do not use the alt and 100% pen. That's an exploit. You can technically get banned for that. So please do not use that because I've already reported that exploit to the devs. I don't know when they'll patch it, but it is considered an exploit. So advice as a Darktide partner, if something is classified as an exploit, try not to use it because if, like, let's say somebody discovers that you're using it, like, I don't know your account and I'm certainly not going to report you, but you know, somebody might maliciously do that. So, and technically they would be right to ban you because using exploits in any game goes against terms of service. All right, so you're not supposed to do that. That particular bug / exploit has already been reported to devs. Do not use it. Yeah. If you find an exploit, report it to me. I will make the vid, send it to the devs. Okay, exploits come to me. Bugs reported on the Fat Shark forums. But exploits, do not use them, please, if you want to keep your accounts because technically speaking, you can get banned. Same for the Psyker exploit with going over 100% peril and not blowing up. Same with the what you call it, the same exploit on the Purgatus staff. All that, please do not use, because I am not responsible if you do get banned. All right, I'll try. You know, I can't really save your asses, regardless. Some of these are interesting, but so worthless. The only thing I even like is like braced autoguns. They're nice. But other than that, bleh, bleh. I gotta get more used to these feats, I reckon. Maybe with more Holy Revenant. Going back to my Purge the Wicked makes more sense to me anyway. Okay. I don't really need Rising Conviction. Should I use that? Or should I use this? It depends. It's not like 100%. It is quite helpful, but not 100%. That's the only thing that I would say. But that said, you know, I myself am not a very good zealot. Like, I'm a way better psyker than I am a zealot, so I can see how some people might feel that it's a must-have, and I can also understand that perspective. Because for me, I would get butt fucked without it. Like, I would literally just get ripped without it. So it does make sense to me that some people feel it's an absolute necessity. Oh shit. We are right in the thick of things. Okay. Oh, and another one.
In death, thou art redeemed.
Okay.
Priest, grab some ammo.
Rack and Ruin will not work because Rack and Ruin's really bad. The damage it does is really minimum. You can test it in the meat grinder, but there has never been a single Rack and Ruin build that actually works. It's really, really bad. And I say that as a Psyker main. There's no Psyker worth their salt that would take Rack and Ruin, because Rack and Ruin competes with Psykinetic Aura, which is so important. Like, at higher levels, I would rather take Psykinetic Aura if you're not going with Communion. I don't know if anyone has been banned yet, but I do know that I've reported a particular YouTuber that showed how to use the exploit on their channel. If the devs do take action, I don't know if they'll tell me, because punishment actions are not like normally revealed to partners. Like, it's not my role to know who they punished or whatever. So I couldn't answer that question in proper capacity for you, and I do apologize for that. I would love to answer it, but I don't know. And indeed, I shouldn't know, because the devs shouldn't be telling me who they're banning. Like, that would actually kind of be, you know, not good. Like, even if I'm a partner, they shouldn't be telling me who's getting banned and whatnot. Like, otherwise that just creates like drama and unnecessariness, you know? Whereas I'm just here to be a partner of this fantastic game and, you know, do my YouTube videos in peace. But I do know that it is technically a bannable offense in most games. Using an exploit, think of those, remember those old school MMORPGs where like somebody would hack and dupe, like they would use a dupe trick in RuneScape or Diablo or something like that, and then they eventually got banned from Battle.net. Some of you may remember that, or some of you may remember more recent examples. I don't know, I'm old, I'm a boomer. I'm just kidding, I'm not a boomer, but basically speaking, it's in the same line as that. Like, technically it's all the same principle, I should say. So if they did decide to be harsh on it and ban some of you guys, I wouldn't be able to help you, no matter how much you cried to me or something like that, and I just don't want that to happen. So my advice is always, if something counts as an exploit, don't use it. Like, and what counts as an exploit? Okay, so if it confers an unfair advantage upon you, then it's an exploit. If it's something that is not working as intended and is a detriment to you, that's a bug. All right? So that's the difference between the two. Exploits give an advantage, bugs do not. Yeah, the second tree. Oh, sorry. Second tree. What's in the second tree? I can't remember. Oh, sorry. The second tree, you're competing with Inner Tranquility, which is awesome, and Psykinetics Wrath. So in a lot of builds, those two are also excellent choices. So realistically speaking, it's still Rack and Ruin is useless and competing with some very, very powerful feats. So realistically speaking, I still wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. If you go into the meat grinder and test, it has to be a kill with Brain Burst, which doesn't see much use in T4 and T5, FYI. And on top of that, on top of it having to be a Brain Burst kill, it's only in 3 meters around the elite, which is a really small area. If you check in the meat grinder, it's a very tiny area. That's why I don't encourage it. Do you know that your Zealot feat is 5 meters and you regenerate the toughness? And 5 meters still feels pretty damn small when you're in melee combat. So imagine how small 3 meters actually is. You know, that's kind of the reason why it doesn't see a lot of use. And I don't blame anyone for not using it, because Rack and Ruin is actually really bad. And most psychers worth their salt will tell you you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because if you've got Inner Tranquility and you've got any warp charges, dude, you can block so much range fire with Deflector, so it's not really worthwhile.
Give me some friggin' fire discipline.
The thing is, you can argue about that, Renoic, but if the devs decide to ban you, there's no way back for you. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to take the risk. I've already given you the warning. If y'all don't want to heed my warning, that's up to you. I don't really care. You know, y'all get banned, that's a you problem. But anyone who doesn't want their account banned, I generally tell you don't use exploits, because you can argue till the cows come home about whether it's an unfair advantage or PvE game. I've seen a lot of people argue like that. But then if that's the case, then why do people get banned in fucking WoW for boss exploits, things like that? Like, it's also PvE in that sense. I mean, raid content, right? But it confers you an unfair advantage in that you can delete a boss faster than you normally would with an organized raid. Something like that. So it's up to you whether you want to take the risk or not. Honestly, that ball's in your court. I don't really care. My job is merely to inform people that this is an exploit, don't use it. If you want to use it, that's at your own peril. And if you get banned, then you literally can't cry to me, that's all. Okay, Maxim, I hope you'll be alright. Our thoughts are with you. But I do hope you will keep any political discussions out of the channel. Even current events, we try to avoid discussing them here for obvious reasons. Because this is a place for people to relax and get away from all the real world stuff. So I would appreciate very much if we did not bring the real world into this as much as possible. But I hope you and your people will be okay. Exactly, Zale. 3 meters is a tiny range, and that's why Rack and Ruin's so worthless. Like, if it was a large AoE, like, you give me 10 or 20 meters, I'd say Rack and Ruin might have a place. Even if, you know, it was a small damage in a large area, it could be pretty good. It could be pretty damn good. But again, it's down to, you know, how it's used. And honestly, I haven't seen it used very well. Like, I've literally tried it for myself. Like, I may not be a very experienced Zealot. I'm still learning a lot about Zealot. But when it comes to Psyker, I know my shit.
Hey, someone out here. Glad we're not staying.
Oop. I think I'm getting a bit more used to this. Well, look forward to my tanky Psyker. That one's always fun. I'll be running it on Thursday, hopefully, and showing off some cool shit. Yeah, Psyker was always my main, for real. I cannot resist anything like related to magic and wizardry. So as soon as I got the chance, I played that Psyker. Played the hell out of it. I think the Zealot only buff should be the Thunder Hammer. Now the Zealot does have some bugs that I think we need to work on, but those I will wait and see after the patch, because if they're not patched in this patch, I will actually alert the devs, because I didn't know about them until recently. So I've only submitted so far the what you call it, Psyker bugs and issues. I haven't submitted any Zealot bugs except for the one about the alt. That one I submitted because I learned about that day one. So that one I've already submitted, but the rest we'll see whether or not it's patched. If it's not patched, then that's what I'm working on next. Oh, for fuck's sake. My thing was not loaded. Oh. Biggest mistake I can ever make. Always make sure your gun is loaded. Don't be a moron like me. I haven't yet, Ben. Mostly because I haven't gotten a good one yet. But I think I would love to try it. Just that it depends on what I need, because I find that if I'm running my tack axe, right, my issue is not so much the specials, because I can take care of those in melee, and my veteran will take care of those in range. My issue is mostly the fucking hordes, which I need to find a good way to counter. So the flamer is actually looking like a better choice for me anyway. Because for higher threats like heresy and obviously damnation, that is what makes the most sense. But we shall see. I'm still trying to learn a lot of stuff, like trying to figure out this damn Eviscerator build. Seeing if I can, you know, survive without that Wrath be Swift. And so far it's going okay. Because although I suffer from like the whole I can still get stunned in melee, I can mitigate that with like personal skill. So it frees up the space of Holy Revenant for me, which I think is really important. Which is tack axe. That's the one with the crit bonus. I mean, I don't have problems with hordes with it either, but the thing is, in endless, like in high intensity, you can't clear as fast as you normally would, and there are just much better choices. Like for example, clearing with a flamer would be a lot faster. It saves you a lot of time. No, I understand your feelings on that, Renault, but it is technically not working as intended, which means it's a bug, hence, you know, we have to address it. That's just the way it goes. You know, what I would recommend to you, Renault, is why don't you make a suggestion on the forums and say it should be a feature instead of a bug, you know? Because like with this one, right, with the Eviscerator, I clearly don't need any horde clear. You know, I'm doing just fine without it. Like, the Eviscerator is fucking awesome once you get the playstyle right, you know? Exactly, the Eviscerator can really do some work. And that means that I can take a Bolter instead. But the Bolter has a prep time. That's the only problem, so... Oh, for fuck's sake. If I happen to change off it, and if I didn't hear a special, then I'm screwing my team over, you see? But it means that I don't have to get a Flamer, so maybe I can try the combat shotgun. Like, there's options, you know? This is why I want options for the Zealot. I don't want everything to just be combat blade, tack axe. Like, I love the tack axe, don't get me wrong. That's my favorite build. But, you know, options, man. Options. Like, even with a Psyker, I liked the fact that I could create some options for it, you know? Like, there were some opportunities for a little bit of change here, a little bit of change there. And it feels like, you know, there's potential. That's what I like the most, you know? When something seems like it has potential and, like, I can do something with it. Like, that means a lot. There we go. Mincemeat complete.
Heal your wounds, Templar.
There's the elevator. Clearing your grip key.
Ammo crate.
Aye! A most holy grenade!
Yeah, heavy sweep and push attacks cleave the most targets. And yes, we do get caught up in spamming it, you know, which I think is another thing. It would be more beneficial if we use the heavy attacks, but again, it doesn't run with the playstyle of it, so it can sometimes feel clunky. Like, I may as well switch to the Eviscerator, you know. The edges of my screen go fiery. That's the buff. That's the crit buff. So if I was charging him right now, you see, that's when I have the buff. So that's all it means. As far as I know, that's what it's supposed to mean. If it means something totally different, I would be happy if you told me, but as far as I know, that's what it means. There we go. I know. The Revi sword is so good.
Ready in kill shot!
But I do really like the revving on this. I don't know. Maybe I think maybe with more practice, this could be potentially viable. Potentially. You know? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I gotta admit, it's kind of fun though. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my Tech X build, but you know, there's just some more potential here. Anyway, I wasn't even running. I was running Martyrdom there, but damn, if I ran Conviction, I could do even more. Now I kind of like the idea of that. Okay. Oh my god, we're already at 24 likes. Fuck yeah, let me just refresh that. What time are we at the stream? Okay, good. We're not at the second hour yet, which means I don't have to run ads. Woo! More content. Oh, it's the same shit. Okay. Because, okay, I'm gonna switch to my veteran. To my veteran sharpshooter. And the power sword just does so much more, you know? That's the only thing that makes me sad. Like, I feel so sad that the power sword just does more, you know? That's the only, like, real downside for me. Because it just feels strange that a power sword does more than the thunder hammer. You know, that's the only thing I can't get over. Okay, wait, give me a second. Is my window open? It's getting kind of hot in here. Yes. Hang on, I'm gonna go change the lighter clothes because this t-shirt's too hot. Weather's definitely getting a wee bit summery. Zealot preferred gun. Could be any. No, you're absolutely right about that, Lone Swordsman. That's why but actually the hammer doesn't do that. Because don't forget, if you look at the actual lore for the hammer, it should at least stun in an AoE. That I'm okay with. But it actually cannot cut through in an AoE only because it releases the disruption field in an AoE around the point of impact. That's the only reason. I just want a plasma gun, bros. I'm so sad without a plasma gun. I'm like legitimately emotionally traumatized without one. No plasma gun equals me sad. I need one. I need one. Let me message my girl as well. Sending you love while I stream because I miss you. You enjoy the infantry autogun for focus fire or brace for mowing hordes? Understandable. Yeah, a lot of people have been learning about that ever since that YouTube video came out. I want to test it so bad, but I can't right now. So I'm like legit stuck.
Enemy activity is at alpha level. Insertion through neighboring district authorized.
Once I get a chance to test it though, it's going to be awesome. That's my next big thing, man. I want to test it so bad. Like I've got so many things to want to test, but everything is like based on shop being random. You know, it's so annoying. You know what I think they should do in the shop? Like they should level up items and then put one of every item in the shop. And it's just the blessing that will be random. So every hour the blessings change, but you should always have one of every item. And you just wait for the right blessing. Yeah, Zale, that is an exploit. Try not to use that. Yes, it is. I knew about that day one and I already reported to the devs. Okay, if you get banned after using it, then don't blame me. Okay, I've given you the warning. And this is why I say, if you're not sure if something is an exploit, ask here. Ask me. Okay? Like I said to the other dude, you know, like honestly, if you want to use it, I cannot stop you. And it's not my job to stop you either. But like I would just hate for any of my good viewers to get banned for no reason. Oh well, you know, there is a reason, but still. I do agree that it's not always like in a PvE game, it's hard to determine what even is an advantage. Because there's already things that are broken in here, but still, you're technically against, like, in terms of service, you're not supposed to use or, you know, participate in exploits. I love the power sword. Dear God. This is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the Akatran Lass is more like, okay, it's great against, like, you know, hordes, but it's not meant to for carapace armor, that's for sure. Overall, it is a weaker, like a weaker vessel, sorry, a weaker vessel, weaker gun in that sense, so. Dude, I would love the commissar class. Oh, dude, I love every single one of those fucking Actran recon last guns. They are my bae. I love using them. They are absolutely awesome. I am 100% an Acatran recon last gun enjoyer.
Eliminating targets.
Once I get another nice one, I'm going straight back to that. No more of this infantry last gun bullshit.
A barbaric sight, and an approach from inside.
Kill shots ready.
Okay, it's dead. Nice. Dude, like they could make so many subclasses. So if you guys got good ideas, you know, suggest it on the forums, man. I'm just waiting for it to see what kind of subclasses they create and how we could use that. I think that'd be so cool. Like Commissar could be like a subclass of the veteran, you know? There's a lot of options. It's just up to how they want to, you know, structure the game.
Down it is.
But yeah, I do miss my Acatran recon already. Damn, damn, damn.
Medivac.
I'd be missing that shit for sure. Oh, show.
Progress blocked by unpowered gate. Can you guess what comes now?
One down.
Hey, I thought these guys were supposed to ignore me, huh? I mean, technically we already have bayonets, so there could definitely be a Krieg guardsman with bayonet charge. Wouldn't that be fun? You know, one thing which I would say though, I wish they let me shoot through my Ogrins, because goddamn, it's so hard to shoot through them sometimes. I'm gonna power up the sword for this thing. Yeah, this is T3, dude. Super easy, right? I'm just doing it for some XP because I just felt like playing a veteran for one round. That, and I was also just gonna check whether or not he had any good stuff in store.
Watch, learn, repeat. Got it?
Yeah, I miss my Akatran, that's for sure. Also, this is my grenade spam guardsman. He's pretty cool.
No more noise from that rager.
Enemy, got it!
Oh, it's just a veteran to make the man's body hard.
Every kill a prayer for the dead. Good kill!
There.
Bless my broken body.
As you can see, my veteran suffered next to no damage with this.
Heart leads down, but does not return.
Any pointers? Get yourself a nice Cantrell. I guess a Cantrell would probably be a Cantrell Mark 12 for a full sniper. That would probably be best. You'd also want your level 30 feet to counter range targets. That, and you have to be able to see very well. I'm not very good at sighting things.
One shot, one kill.
Useless starting gun.
Grenade out!
Yeah, I miss my Akatran. Oh.
Pick me and be eliminated.
Get up, Zealot, or I will leave you. I'm grateful.
There we go, I got him.
Bad doggy.
I love how he just says bad doggy.
Learn, repeat. Got it?
There we go. Bad doggy down. The only reason I even want the Akatran is because it's easy to aim. But I want to try with honestly, I want a fucking plasma gun. But I don't have one yet in store. By the way, hi Robin, how you doing? Unless I could get a Cantrell 12 with like super high stability or something. Or that Hellbore Mark II, which would be really nice if I had one. Because I'm not as good at sniping. So
Live like pack rats, don't they? Hit them in the head. Crack like Croxy. Just stand well back from you.
also I just wish people pinged more so I could, you know, actually sight the targets. Pinging helps so much. Please ping. No Lucius Last for the sniper yet.
Watch and learn.
You mean the Hellbore? Yeah, I want that, but I haven't had a chance to test it just yet. No good one. I mean, I've seen a couple, but I haven't seen a good one yet. So I'm making do, practicing my sniper skills. Oh, I absolutely hate the braced autogun. But maybe if I find a really good legendary one, I might change my mind. But 95% of the time, man, I hate the braced autogun. It just doesn't seem to fit the veteran, you know? Even a last gun seems like a better choice, but that's only because like I always feel like I'm supposed to be, you know, ever since I fucking read Gaunt's Ghost and Tanith First and Only, one of the characters is like a sniper and I've always thought about him. So whenever I play a veteran sharpshooter, I feel like I should be playing as him, you know? Thank you, Truffles, for reminding them to like. As always, a good mod. I don't know. I want a nice torrent Akatran, if I can. Oh. Come on in. Larks stand way too far back for that, man. What do you mean, larks?
Where there is weakness.
I plan to do it for like each model, but it'll probably be like mini showcases for like each individual model, because I don't want to do like one long ass video. But I'll probably do that slowly over time. You know, right now I've got a lot more priorities. Like, there's a couple of big problems I gotta solve first, especially with regards to the Zealot. Once tonight's patch is out, assuming that things are all hunky-dory and things have been patched, then I won't have to do too many Zealot videos. If they have not been patched, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Then I'm gonna have to do some videos, alert devs to stuff, because there are several problems that I'm aware of right now, and they're all kind of problematic, like legitimately problematic. These nerds just try. This is T4. This is yeah, no. This is T3, sorry, with low intensity. That's why it's so easy. If it wasn't low intensity, it'd be a lot harder, but I'm just doing it for the fast XP, because you get the special XP plus the auto dockets, everything. It's good. Oh, dude, that's why, like, before I hit the ult, I try to make sure I have a full mag. Especially, like, in the future with, like, the counterfire. If I'm gonna end up using counterfire, it makes so much more sense to have a full mag. I don't even need to charge my power sword for this shit. Die, rabble. I love how even baseline, without charging it, it does so well. You want to charge it for that extra, I'm gonna murk somebody, then it works. Oh, come on. Yeah, I just committed that error right there. But yeah, I don't really like the level, that perk that auto loads it for you, but then again, you know, I'm kind of keen on testing them all out. The vets have so much more interesting, like, I feel in terms of feats, right? The veterans have so much more interesting stuff than the zealots do. And that the psychers do. Like, the psychers themselves, like, man, we suffer from such a lack of choice sometimes. Because even the feats that are supposed to work with, like, Pergatus and Soul Blaze and all that kind of stuff, sometimes they don't exactly work very well. And that emotionally traumatizes me. It gives me emotional damage. It really does. Hey. Look at this shotgunner, thinking he's actually cool.
Malign presence in retreat. Commence signal blockade.
I mean, logical arguments, but I'm still gonna try it. Because the best way I always feel is I gotta try it hands-on. When somebody tells me something, I gotta try it hands-on.
Sever the head, the body dies.
Oh. There goes the Meridian Razor Slug.
Duty done, soldier. Rest now. We rest when we are dead free.
There we go. Skills to pay the bills. Uh-oh. Now then. Oh, there he is. I'll let them rescue Lord Slug over there. Ah, Meg Duck got it. Nice.
Ain't it? Yeah, it worries me as well.
Dude, the other guy didn't res him. Lame sauce. Like, bruh, this psyker. I went out of my way to save him and he couldn't save the other guy. There, transmitter realigned. Who dared? These nerds. Look at them. Look at them daring to touch my veteran. I'm gonna go sit in a corner. Right, Michael? That clutch nade. Ah, true, true. If I want to play the plasma gun, you're right, Robin. That might be useless. That's true. That's true. Fun and efficiency, not the same thing. My favorite Warhammer 40k faction. Okay, I have to say this. I never played the tabletop, but you know who I like the most? I like the fucking Imperial Guards the most. Because, dude, they're just a bunch of dudes trying to survive. I like that. It speaks to me in my fucking soul. Dude, I think the best reser is, you know, Piotr, the best reser is my psyker. Because with deflection, nothing can touch me. I can just res anybody I like. Oh, somebody's trapped? Let me just walk through to them. Oh, I will just save you right now. I mean, Thousand Sons are Chaos Marines, so they're not really a faction. They're an army within the Chaos Marine faction. I don't like Chaos Marines. I love Imperial Guards. They're pretty fucking cool. Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Battle always strike me as a bit of ham and cheese, but you know, they're kind of okay. 15 hours. I do not know what that is, but I would love to read it if I get the chance. Also, yes, finally a good Akatran. I just need a couple of levels to wield it, but I'm gonna take this. Gimme, you piece of shit. It's a Mark II, but that'll do. That'll do. I can survive with that. For now, I'll just use this piece of shit. It should work. Yeah, listen, nothing wrong with liking to Tau. Anyway, I'm going back to Zealot. And while I'm going back to Zealot, guys, let me quickly do the 1 minute of ads as per normal. So I do apologize for having to run them. And thank you for putting up with them. Okay, just know that I'm doing it to try and push the stream higher. Okay, there we go. Oh, nice, nice. Let me see, 15 hours. I think I'll try and find a source for it, that's for sure, if I get the chance. Yep, makes sense, makes sense. Man, if Raid Shadow Legends, if you're getting a Raid Shadow Legends ad, that means you be heavy into like them mobile games. Because I certainly don't have no Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. You know what? I actually wouldn't mind one. I've heard they pay a lot. One second. Okay. I love the orcs. They're hilarious. Like, they are super fucking funny. Oh, Zale, if he's into the Dark Eldar, then you know he'd be waiting for that opportunity. All right? As soon as you turn your back on him, Zale, you know, he's just gonna be like, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. As Drubael might be in your vect, buddy. Man, that's nothing in store. Okay, I'm gonna try one more T3 with this. If I could experiment with T4, I'd be very grateful, but we'll try one more T3. You always leave your bits at home. I didn't know that you could detach your bits, bro. Sounds like heresy to me. Can you imagine, like, just being able to detach parts of you? Like, oh yeah, I'll just detach my bits. Oh, wow. This guy named himself after Gazakul, and this one's Chief Tapabong. Baloth, what are these people with their names? Oh, Lord. Is somebody praying for me like, oh, Lord.
To steal it. Security is tight, so you will need to extract the cipher ident from a functional servitor only. Then you crank the bomb. You are not bringing that muck aboard my storm raptor. Put the pneumatic conveyor, then you can eat.
Right? If we don't like our bits, we can just upgrade them. Whoa. Mind blown, bro. Like, that is exactly what we should be doing. Upgrading our bits. The 41st millennium must be a stinky hellhole. Considering how most planets are, yeah. It probably doesn't smell good unless there's a lot of rich people on that planet.
It won't last. Sooner or later, night comes and misery alongside.
When hope is lost, dust is all that
Listen, okay?
Remember, the boat locks down.
All I ever learned from If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device is that Eldar prostitutes are cheaper. So that's why everyone likes Eldar prostitutes. Because they are clearly cheaper and useful. If you don't want to get your big E... If you don't want to get your big E destroyed by some random ass virus, go get yourself an Eldar hoe. It'll be good for you.
Engagement protocol. Capo on Toro.
Jump shot. Get ripped. Now, are these guys okay? I hope they're okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
and turns. Peril on all sides. Grenade! Get back from that barrel! Shotgunner!
Dark Eldar prostitutes are cheaper, lol. Well, I mean, they'll literally make you suffer, so if that's your thing, bro, you know, I'm not gonna stop you. Some men are into that, you know? Some men are into that. I ain't gonna stop you. It's your choice to live the way you want. Hey, Helen Raji, what's up, my man? Okay, give me 1 second to read your comment. To be honest, I still love my Psyker. My Psyker just has so much power and potential that, like, hard to get used to any other character, but that doesn't mean that I don't see the value of a Zealot too. Because I mean, I finally got a Deflector Force Sword. Once I got one, my life changed, bro. My life changed. And
Bad things lurk in dark, like me.
I wouldn't liken yourself to the heretic if I were ye.
Medicaid.
I need that.
lol, I see.
Cargo elevator to the proper
A max height Zealot. Nice. I don't know. I have no troubles headshotting. But then I guess I'm okay with just aiming where I need to. Oh, there it is. Nice. Got it off me. Dude, it took me 100 hours to get one, but I got a really good one, so I'm really happy. Now it helps me test all my builds and stuff. But yeah, I spent 100 hours, bro. Like, no lie, man. I spent 100 hours trying to get that shit. It was painful. Sometimes you just gotta take a risk. Aw. Didn't even get to rev him up. Yeah, the Eviscerator does make the hammer look so bad because the Eviscerator just chops through everything, bro. Like, legit. And come on. You can cut people in fucking half. Like, that's gotta count for something, homie.
Another obstacle removed from our path by the God Emperor's grace.
Click, clack, boom. I'm pretty sure this is low intensity. Yeah, this should be fast. Look, you know, it could be the case, man. But I can neither confirm nor deny that because I've got no idea of drop rates and things like that. And I'm certainly not able to test it. I'm not that smart. Size means nothing, eh? Hmm. Well, it depends, Jake, because honestly, between the two, I very much prefer the Eviscerator to the hammer. That's not biased, it's just that, as far as I can tell, the hammer is only good in low tier. I've never seen the hammer perform well in high tier. Now, granted, if you've got a build that works in T4, T5, please tell me what blessings you're using, stuff like that. You can leave a post on my latest video about the feats for the Zealot. Like, I would genuinely love to get the opportunity to test a good hammer build, especially if I know what blessings are to be used. But so far, I have not seen a single one that has actually satisfied me in any way, shape, or form. That's the only sad thing.
Some say servitors are made in the God Emperor's image. If so, they are blessed.
Like, that's the only downside for me. Like, I haven't seen a single build that officially works. Eviscerator just cleaves through everything, though. So, like, I see no benefit in using a hammer when I can just use this. And it comes with shred, which is god awesome. So I can effectively run the same crit build, except that I can rip and tear through people a lot faster.
Something has a hound in the face. Hear that clucking howl.
I mean, if somebody really has a good build for the hammer, I want to learn. I want to learn more. Favorite pizza toppings? Pepperoni. I'm a simple man. You give me my pepperoni and I guess pepperoni, some good beef, bacon. I'm a meat lover. I love meat. You know? Yeah, see, so those specific feats, Jake, very hard to get. You're very lucky to have them. But what is your loadout as well, like in terms of feats? Because, okay, if a specific feat loadout is needed for a build to be good, then it can't really work as well as it should. That's my only thought. But at the very least, toughness on multi-hit, I think it seems to be the key to make the hammer decent. At least as far as I can tell. But do tell me what your feat loadout is. If you can tell me like the number combination, and if you wouldn't mind leaving the comment on the feat video for the Zealot so that others can try as well, that would be really cool of you. Like, I'm sure a lot more people would like love the chance to also try a good hammer build. Using it on difficulty 5 is awesome. But you have a very, very nice hammer, dude. So here's to hoping we can get something on that. Yeah, like if I could have shred on this thing with toughness on multi, oh dude, the Eviscerator would be godlike. I would carry this with me everywhere. As far as I can see, if you can increase power and also toughness on hit, I think that that'd be perfect. Yeah, that does sound very logical. If I could get any blessing close to that, that'd be nice. But you see, right, because it would be very rare for people to get good blessings, I can also understand why people say certain weapons suck, because to get a specific blessing takes hours, ages. You might not even get anything good, you know? And that can be really detrimental to anyone's game experience, especially with no way to reroll blessings. Once we have a way of like setting up our blessings properly, like I would say like that would be completely fair. I think it would open up a lot more possibilities, especially once we can refine perks, which is coming tonight as well. Like that I can't wait to do. Like being able to add melee critical onto this Eviscerator, bellissimo. What shop changes are you talking about? Because I haven't heard of any shop changes. Why would the Eviscerator struggle with hordes though? My only question is that, I mean, considering the attacks are naturally cleaving, you should not need the cleave blessing. Rather, the crit blessing and some of the other blessings would be more important, I think. But again, you know, that's just me. Because I just don't see why you would need the cleave blessing at all when it naturally cleaves. Like, if you use the heavy attack and light combo, it naturally cleaves through most things. Yeah, the Hadron changes. That's okay, yeah. Because I don't know, like, I would love to test in T4 if I get the chance, if I can find enough players. Maybe we'll see after this. But I just don't see it, like, struggling as much. There we go. Rip through the Reaper. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, do I even need something that's like what you call it? A cleave blessing? Does not seem logical.
My feet are sore.
I don't know. I find it a completely effective horde weapon. But that's just me. Like, I might change my mind in T4. We'll have to see. But, you know, so far I find it a very good horde weapon.
Abandoned a long time.
Oh, nice, Zale. Congratulations.
There is always a record. The trick lies in finding it.
Yeah, Shredder seems more important to me. I would love Shredder and the toughness, but I have no intention. I have no need for the cleave feat. Because I think you can handle hordes just as efficiently without it. Because honestly, the Eviscerator does so much damage, it's kind of ridiculous. Oh, shit. I dodged the wrong way into the fucking boxes.
Give me a moment, for pity's sake.
Make your way to Hangar Delta 17.
I want to charge that horde so badly, but I'm not going to. I'm going to play properly and smart. I mean, maybe I'll think differently once I get to T4. Because if I can save on the cleave blessing, it means another blessing slot for something eviler, you know? Oh yeah, the activated Eviscerator into push block is hilarious. I love that one. Does really well.
Ammo.
Sniper.
For the Eviscerator, I just use the standard heavy and then heavy and then 2 lights. And of course the push attack is awesome as well. Actually, I should just be using the bolter on this. What am I doing? I was thinking to myself, why am I using the Eviscerator? Oh, silly me. I have a bolter for a reason.
Why all heretics will meet so? Stop!
They worship a plague demon who they name Nargal, a blasphemous mound of filth and virulence.
Only the truly dumb.
Fair enough, Piotr. I guess it's more suitable for your needs, huh? That's okay. I understand. Like, sometimes, you know, things you also need to adjust, like, for what you need. And I can completely understand that. Because yeah. Horde clear, like, not having horde clear is so dangerous in T4. Rip and tear. I just love the Eviscerator because it's so rip and tear. You know, I've been searching for a way to make it good. And like when you can finally use it and it actually does decently, I feel so happy. Where's this bomber? Oh, there he is. How dare that thing hit me? I'm just doing this lazily at this point. But I love how Pox bursters are like so tanky. That's so annoying. Like they shouldn't be tanky. Lore wise, they should explode instantly when you shoot them. I do too, man. If I can get a good chain axe. If I can get shred on it, I want to try. I really want to try. I guess because T3 is for farming, so like most of the people like already have their gear. Sometimes people are trying in T4, but they're not ready to farm yet. Depends. But yeah, I'm also going to be hunting for chain axe. I want to try it. And Helen Raju, for the Eviscerator, you're mostly looking at, for me, Shredder. But people want the tough, like the one I think we can all agree on is the toughness on multi-hit. I don't know what it's called, but that's the important one, where you regenerate toughness every time you hit multiple targets. And then for me, I would take Shredder probably to go with the 75% toughness build overall, because that one I still think is king, you know. But that's my opinion. I still haven't tested in T4. I have Shredder on this Eviscerator. I don't know what my other blessing is going to be. So I will wait and see if I can get something good. Maybe I'll try and run that in T4 and go from there. So we shall see.
Faith cannot move this burden alone.
Okay. Oh, I knew that would happen. Ogren, please help me. There we go. Good. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, that one has also been suggested, but that one's up to you because it only works on the special attack, which I guess could make it potentially not as good. I don't know. I don't have like a full set of thoughts regarding that one. Oh, come on. Fuck you. Can the Shredder get crit rate as a stat? Because I don't think the Eviscerator can get that as a stat. As far as I know, stats are pretty much fixed on all weapons. So crit chance should not be possible as a stat on the Eviscerator. I could be wrong. But as far as I know, that was not the case. Ah, my holy revenant. It's so good. Truly my favorite.
Probably redundant, but get yourself out of there. Now!
Yeah, passive, definitely. And you know what? I'm gonna re-roll mine on the Eviscerator. Yeah, perk. That's the one I'm talking about. You're right on that. I definitely think that should be the ideal. You know, I can't wait to have the re-roll on that tonight. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, crit rate as a perk. Melee crit chance. That is the one I need. I need it. Me neither, don't worry. We're all the same. I don't remember the names either. Because why remember the names? All we need to do is kill. I don't know how many hours I am. I should check. I've been playing so much, bro. Let me check my hours. It's probably gonna be wild. Yeah, about 200 hours for me. 200 hours and I still don't know the name. They're working on it, Helen Raju. That's the thing. See, Vermintide had so much time to come out. At least we're getting it with it. It's been 2 weeks since launch. You know, we can be nice. Second. Sending more love for you. Gotta always message my girl. Favorite class in Darktide? Psyker. Psyker 110%. I love my Psyker. I love my Psyker. The veteran is a close second, but I just love my Psyker. My Psyker does well to me, you know?
Assistance is available.
Oh, for me, the Psyker is perfect. That is exactly what I need. Actually, about my curios, what do I have the highest that I have?
As the Omnissiah wills.
I'm gonna start looking for very, very specific curios. Right, nothing good there. So onward I go. The player base will definitely be around Helen Raju. I'm seeing more and more players every day, so I'm not even worried on that. The thing is, right, after a release, there will always be a period where like player base like sort of slows down, you know. That is normal. That is absolutely normal, you know. I don't sweat about it too much because to me it's just a normal part of life, you know. It's just like, okay, this is how it is, we're good. But a lot of people do sweat about it as well, and I can understand why they do. But for me, I don't worry too much because, honest to God, if we panic over every single thing, then I would say that, you know, we're just gimping ourselves. We're just setting ourselves up for the big failures and all that, you know. I don't worry about it. I don't sweat it. I'm just like, if I need, you know, if I see players coming in, they're interested in the content, I'm okay with that. Oh, least favorite. I don't have one yet, and I shouldn't comment. Like, so far, the only one I haven't played is the Ogren. So technically, the Ogren is my least favorite because I haven't played Ogren at all. Thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that. I'll go have a look right now while I wait to go into this. Let me go read Jake's post. Jakey post. Let's see. Okay, yep.
Cipher items will be required to breach security. I have calibrated your servo skull to retrieve them. Breach security. Upload the falsified intel. Try not to die. Can you do that, varlets?
Whoa, where the fuck am I? Okay, let's go.
Down, kill him! Kill him in the head,
Oop.
Kill this dragging thing!
Hope you get driven.
That's up!
A little healing. Medication. Bloody hell!
You should see me when I'm angry.
I just read Jake's comment though on the hammer. Makes a lot of sense. If I can get a blessing similar to yours, I think that'll be... Shit, I'm stuck. That'd actually be fucking cool. I would love to try the hammer with that. Your build makes the most sense, actually. Out of all the builds that I've seen. Like, no offense to others that contributed. It just makes sense to me. I'm like, okay. I can see some potential there.
That's a clean kill. Barrel's gonna boom.
Love the inaccuracy on the bolter.
Ragdown waypoint achieved. Progress satisfactory.
Oop. Go.
You will stalk these lads no more, trapper!
Hiding! Ha! Coward!
Another ranger sent to now!
We've slain the mutant!
Bastion 220 combat shots.
Regret not making a Zealot female. Well, that could work. That could work.
I don't want to think what it's doing to my skin. Stand back! Our own's gonna run for it. I deserve a medal. Head on you! Got a touch, flamer! Think I might have a problem here?
Bomber reporting in.
trust merchandise acquired.
2 charges. Raven, and I guess me. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna follow the big guy now.
I'll have it.
Another racer sent to town!
It's empty! Reload!
Ammo.
Diamante!
Oh, that was him. I was like, I got confused. I thought he was a heretic, you know?
Survivor's dead.
Sir, can I give you a hand up, sir?
Everything! Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Alright.
Mona!
Do. You know, the funniest thing is that some of these guys actually took a bolt around to the face and didn't die. I'm like, Now that is some next level of potency.
Templar.
Barrel's going! Get out of there!
I am your dude!
Oh.
I have used your skill!
Oh dear.
Hold your ground, my kindred. Medicaid station. Time to heal up, kindred. Shoulder to the wheel, then.
Just pay for the kills. So it else.
I know, right? I love how these guys like can survive a bolt around. It's bullshit. But you know what? That's also okay. It amuses me greatly, at least. But yeah, this Eviscerator build's not too bad, you know, for I mean, it's a pretty standard Zealot build, but I want to try that Thunderhammer build. I'm so interested in it, like legit, man. I can't wait to try Jake's build, like just because it makes sense, and I want to give it a shot. So I'm gonna hit T3 after this, but I can certainly say Eviscerator is viable in T4, and it does rip and tear real nice. Gotta admit that. You want to be cornate as fuck? This is the way.
They're shooting at us!
Yeah, there you go. Run right into my chainsaw, bitch. I just love the reach on this thing. It's crazy. Right? I know. I have to wait 100 hours to get a Thunderhammer like that. That's the only downside, I guess, guys. You know, there's so many things I want to try. Gotta wait for the right blessing, right? Oh, shit. Ah, crap. I took ammo. I'm not supposed to do that.
Looks like they've been having a crack at one another again.
There are answers in this place, but you will require your auspexes to find them. What are you waiting for?
There's one more, which is here. Come on. Do this fucker. Got it. Go.
Environmental interrogation complete.
Come on. Load. You piece of shit. Okay. Now that's a rescue.
The soul is willing, the flesh bleeds.
Get me up, boy. We are a good boy.
It is time to continue onwards.
My thanks.
Thanks!
Okay, we good.
Do you reckon there's any chance the water cartel can come
Oh,
back?
it's low intensity. Okay. That could explain why it's functioning semi-decently.
Well, I shan't lose any sleep over a bunch of gangers. I can tell you that.
Dragana! Beware! Gunner!
Haste violence. Compensate for lost time.
Guide my hand! Stupid, but efficient.
Okay, you got it. We're all Gucci then. I'm just checking out the Eviscerator build for the Zealot. That's all. I just want to learn more, you know? So I'm just trying out the Eviscerator build. See if it, because Eviscerators are potent. At least in my opinion. And, you know, they seem to be very useful if you know what you're doing. And that's why I guess I'm trying this out. Because I want to know. Can it be effective?
In other words, group up.
But my only question is it enough? You see, that's the thing. It can be good, might be good, but is it enough, you know? Because this is basically a traditional crit bleed build. So
Why the delay? Use the cipher
there we go. At the end of the day, the bolter is still damn important.
neutralize the security stacks.
But I'm more interested in trying the Thunder Hammer build because that thing is quite. It sounds badass. Yeah, I really want the Thunder Hammer to work. You know, that's what I'm all about, Declare. Like right now, it just seems to, you know, be the thing that I just can't get to work. And what's my favorite spec so far? What do you mean spec? You might need to be a bit more clear because spec, in my opinion, refers to specialist, and I certainly don't have a favorite one of them because I hate them all. Those damn specialists always killing me. So yeah, do you mean like specialization, like class? Because if you do, then I can tell you it's Psyker. So yeah, clarify your question and then I will answer it accordingly. I don't know who keeps barreling me, but
Talent needs our help.
Data link back online. You are not a complete failure. Well done, I suppose.
yeah, MX, I really want to. You mean like favorite weapon combo and feats? That's what I'm trying to figure out for Zealot. I mean, so far, I love my tack axe and the usual crit bleed build. Nothing special there. It's the standard vanilla build for a Zealot. That's why I'm trying the Eviscerator, because Eviscerator, like with Shred, can still apply the same build, like, and it can work. Like, I'm seeing it work right now. So it's still technically T4 viable. But I want to know more. I want to go beyond that. You see, that's my only thing. Because vanilla is fine, but it doesn't provide enough flavor sometimes, you know? It's nice with other types of ice cream too. And that's, I guess, the same kind of experience I'm trying to have. Because I do agree with what the people who use the hammer say. It does make sense that it doesn't cleave through armor. Whereas the Eviscerator has trouble with that, and I understand that, you know? So if I want it to work better than normal, it has to cleave through armor. Or at least that is the idea behind it. It needs to do that and have that ability. So can I make this, you know, can I make a hammer build that works with that? I guess I'll have to wait and see. Please shoot it. Thank you. There we go. Okay, this person's doing it.
Reloading! Cover me!
Dude, I would love to use a combat knife if I can find a fucking good one. So far, I have not been able to find a single good one with Lacerate. That's the only problem. Nice. If I can get a good fast charging Hellbore, I really want to try that. That's why I want a Mark II. So far, I've only tried the Mark I, which I think is the most basic one you get. A Mark II would be nice. Damn, I'm bad at taking pot shots. There he is. Popped.
We need that data interrogator working.
I need ammo now!
Bruh. How could you need ammo, bruh?
Have successfully reconnected. Now
Hmm. Okay, time to go. Yeah, they are the most annoying, I swear. Like, Tac Axe is great, but I don't know, it's so vanilla. That's the only problem, you know? Because I need something more. I need to go beyond, you know? But yeah, no, that's fine, Declare. Like, I'm gonna go try out what Jake had. Ooh, got a chainsword. Maybe it's good. It seems to have potential. Thus, I must try. Come, varlets, let's go attempt this stuff. But before we do that, guys, I think it's almost the 3rd hour of the stream, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, and by the way, thank you guys for helping me to reach 30 likes. I'm gonna do the 1 minute of ads that we always do. As always, I do apologize for having to run them. Please understand I'm not running them for the revenue or anything. I'm just doing it to push my stream higher in the algorithm, so do forgive me for doing that. Okay, let's go see then. Flamethrower Beyond. Nothing wrong with a good flamethrower. Now, what's this thing? Oh, this thing also has shred. I gotta try a good chain sword build. These both have good shred. Damn. But this thing sucks. This thing's good. Okay, you, my boy. I shall try you at some point. Okay. I'll just try this simple thunder hammer. Okay, let me see. Let me see what Jake suggested. We'll give it a try. Because previously T3 was my problem. Wasn't breaking past that. So where is Mr. Jake? Ah, there he is. Okay, this is it. Let's try tier 3. See what it can do. See if I can become an eternal warrior. Okay, we start with tier 3. Quick play. What can I get?
I got word that the heretics are using an hourglass refinery to breed their pathogen. You can destroy the pathogen by building overpressure in the incubators. First, you need to get access through flow control. Rather you than me, I tell you. I've been hearing funny things about that place.
Okay, let's go. Oh, this is almost at the end. Okay. Wow. Wow. This bro of bros. Oh, this is at the start, damn. Oh, damn it. Couldn't get him in time. Finally. In fairness, I probably should have checked my ammo reserves before ever trying that. Oh shit. So far semi-decent. It's a normal T3 mission. Whack. Gameplay is psycho challenging. Well, I do find the psycho challenging, but I mean, realistically, it's all about specialization. And if you're able to complete them without fail, then that's good. It means you're working well with your team. But it doesn't, like, you're on the veteran. That has nothing to do with the psyker. Yeah, no, fair enough. I can understand why that would work. But yeah, no, I mean, if you're playing the veteran, then have fun with the veteran. I still don't see the reason why you asked the question about the psyker, though. It's like, is there some relation? I'm confused. Ah, that's right. I don't have my I don't have my thingamabob. Holy Revenant. I don't know. I think I just feel more comfortable with the Eviscerator as compared to the Thunderhammer.
What's our risk of infection?
Yeah, no, if you can headshot well, the veteran is super powerful. You know, the veteran is the favorite child right now. To be fair, they do a lot of damage. So if you can use it well, use it well. I'm happy that you're completing it without fail. That's good. Of course, to an extent, it also depends on your region. Like Oceania, a lot of the players are still new. They're still learning, so... Damn, maybe my hammer's not good enough for that one shot. I attempted though.
Losing too much blood.
Yeah, maybe my hammer's just too shit for this. This is only T3. I don't know. I respect you, Jake. You can really use the hammer, but I cannot make this work. No matter how hard I try. It is not my type of weapon. Yeah, of course I'm on Oceania servers. I mean, that's where I live. Kind of be weird not to be on that. Ah, the bolter. My one true saving grace. It is made of emotional trauma. Aw, crap.
Aid me, kindred, aid me!
Hey, Miss Eve. I can't use it well.
You asked for this, you did.
Lamek says, aid me!
Yeah, fair enough. I think the Eviscerator for me, like, it becomes passable, but the hammer I just can't, because I don't know, in like a panic situation, I just don't feel like I'm good enough to do anything at all. So yeah, the Eviscerator, at least if I go in there, I know that everything's gonna fucking die. But for me, I just can't use the hammer well compared to you guys. So probably if you can use the hammer well, I'm happy for you. But yeah, I definitely can't use the hammer well at all. Yeah, fair call. But at that point, right, if I'm practicing it in T5, I think I would just die off, because it just like doesn't gel with my style. So it might be one of those things whereby no matter how hard I try, I will never be good with the hammer. It just does not gel with my style at all. Shit, is nobody taking this? Okay. Yep. Where the fuck is that hound going? Yeah. Like, I think that what suits me as a player is plain and simple. I tend to utilize more, I tend to utilize the same tactics that an Eviscerator player would use. So the bleed crit works really well for me because it makes sense. Like, in my mind, it makes sense to use the Eviscerator to cleave through the trash hordes and then use the bolter for the specials. Because if I was running hammer and flamer, then I would feel like I'm using double horde clear, you know? In which case, I may as well like run attack axe, because I could just cleave through armored targets. Yeah, I'm more like that. I'm more of a rip and tear kind of guy. So the Eviscerator and the attack axe, combat blade, all of this suits me better. Like, the hammer is more of a, you know, whack and bonk kind of dude. So I don't see as much value in it. But again, against armored targets, I can see like what you're saying, but it just doesn't gel with me at all. Like, the playstyle is just not my style. Because if I like to have that backup of Holy Revenant as well. And as much as I like Wrath be swift, I'm just not feeling that. I'm not feeling the love from Holy Revenant, you know? And that makes me more worried, because then I don't take as many risks as I should. Which essentially is what I feel the Zealot should be all about. We should be diving into those risky situations, because we are the bravest, you know? Where's the other dude going? There we go. Evaporated them in a shower of guts and glory. I feel like it deserves faster attacks, to be fair. Like, if I'm perfectly honest, I feel like it definitely needs faster attacks. That's the only way I could justify it. Also, I want the special to be AoE. Whoa. I don't know, I just generally feel like I'm more like a liability than anything, which is not a good feeling as the Zelly. Shotguns? I mean, shotguns seem okay, but is there anything special about it? Because see, I guess the other thing that I miss is, right, for example, if I run my Eviscerator, as soon as I get out, I can just like go ham. By the way, Miss Eve, I found an Eviscerator with +4 shred. That's it. Like, so I've been running one. It's actually pretty good, dude. Catch you later, Michael. I'll be back in the evening anyway. I love that the bulwark ignored me. That's beautiful.
Where did the crown go? Finding about his shot.
Yep, it was very good. I've got to try that. I've got to try Brutal Momentum. If I can get both Brutal Momentum and Shred, I think that'll be awesome on Attack Axe. Especially if it's got like maxed out crit bonus. I can foresee that being very, very deadly. Oh, come on. The hell? Last bit. Yeah.
Sequence initiated.
Yeah, if I've got a base roll of crit that is awesome, and I can use Brutal Momentum, I think that'll be alright. So I'm gonna look for Attack Axe that has that. Because that does make a lot of sense. There we go. The bolter is good. I do like it if I'm not gonna bring like a lot of special killing. Where is that thing? Over there. Bolter is pretty good. I do like it.
I need your fire, kindred.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I can safely say the hammer is not for me. Those who can use it, I respect you. I can't. Like, no matter how much I want to try and use it, it just doesn't suit me at all.
I see that cocked burster, beloved, yes!
Range hammer needs to be buffed on every aspect. Well, they might make it like overpowered, you know. Yeah, it really does. That I think would be the biggest necessity. If I can get that, I would be happy. I would have a lot of internal happiness. They should, right, Texel? They should.
Assistance is available.
Well, I don't think they'll nerf it, Helen Raju. Rather, I would be somebody that would push them to buff it. I don't want them to nerf it because nerfing it is dumb. I think that they should buff it so that everybody, you know, has more of an opportunity to use more builds than just that. You see, that's what I want to see. I want to see more people having the opportunity to use a wider variety of weapons. That's, I guess, what I want to see compared to seeing weapons nerfed down to it. Yeah, nerfing it's the wrong way. We need to buff other options so that we have the best of the best. Like that should be the way that games go. And if they need to make enemies more difficult after buffing, that's totally okay. That should be the way it is. But they should not nerf it, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I agree. I agree that they need to buff the other aspects of the Zealots so that it feels, you know, just as good. Okay. Let me go with this. Let me try out this chainsword. Going back to my ye olde build. Holy rev. I'm gonna rev it up. This should work. Okay. Back to T4. But listen, nothing wrong with that. If you love the knives out, love it. I just want more, you know, like options for people, I guess.
Stations are buzz with heretic activity, so it's a good bet you should be looking there. Go in through the sewers, find your way up to the streets, execute the target, don't let me down.
Yeah, bro. I'd be down with that. Okay. Yeah, if you can see the bulwark, kill it. Jesus. Ooh. Aw, damn. Looks like I'm done for.
Get up, Zealot, or I will leave you.
Oh, for real? Bruh. Bruh.
Enemies in cover.
How did I instantly get down again? That's so unfair. Okay, who do we have so far? I think those that use the chainsword compared to the Eviscerator. Chainsword does not do as well as the Eviscerator does. I feel the Eviscerator does so much more than the chainsword.
We go forth, kindred. Grenade.
Exploding Baron!
You'd need faith indeed to live up there.
I have hidden in many places like this, only out of need.
Major!
Your wrath is nothing to mine, Ranger. Feast on defeat, Ranger. How grand the
Yeah, the chainsword feels weak compared to the Eviscerator. I mean, it's got a faster attack speed, but overall, because I'm using the same build that I did in T4 for the Eviscerator, but meh. I don't know, maybe it's just my personal feeling. I could have some personal bias here. Dangerous.
ammo.
Look, I'm a distraction.
Here, fellow faithful.
Tell you that Eviscerator feels like the big bad, like if I'm gonna use it, everything's gonna die. This thing is more like it's more like its weaker cousin.
Ignorance betrayed. That knowledge of past eras is disregarded.
I would need a good perk on it.
Reach out to embrace the glories that
I have not been able to see any use for the chain axe just yet. Like, and of course low level doesn't really matter because ultimately, you know, we're all focusing solely on that high T4, T5 level play. So my only thought on that is that I have not seen it be very useful. Certainly far from ideal.
blessed
Oh. My word.
I'm reloading.
Now let them use the ammo. That will go hammo.
Ascenders deploying. Stay alive until then.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of perks we get with it. If I can get any kind of good perk that allows me to properly actually use it in combat and benefit from the crits, then yeah, I would love to get a chain axe going. But again, it's all gonna be build dependent. Seeing this psyker use the Void Strike staff though. Oh, I'm waiting for a chance to use my golden one. Tomorrow will be the day. Yeah, if I could get Shred on it and Bloodletter, then it might actually work. Like, I would think that that would be the only way. So you're absolutely right about that. I would say that that would probably be the only way that I could get it to be effective in combat. This chainsword with Shred is great, but not as good as the Eviscerator. Like, if I'm gonna use it, I may as well use an Eviscerator, you get what I mean? Like, that's my feeling on it. Because I can foresee some good stuff from this, but... Here we go. And yes, Helen Raju, that's an exploit. You cannot do that. Just as a warning, right? Everyone knows about this exploit. Yes, of course, you can use your ult and then unload your bolter, but you're not supposed to do that, dude. That is an exploit that is giving you an unfair advantage, and it's already been reported to the devs. So if you use it, you could get banned. FYI. Now, if you want to use it despite my warning, then listen, that's up to you. I've done my duty as a partner of warning you that that is an exploit that has been reported to the devs already. It is not supposed to be the way that ult works. So again, you should not be doing that. Please remember that there are certain things that if you see that something is not working the way it's intended, do not use it. Or ask me. You know, you can ask in comments, I'll happily answer you. But yeah, that is one of the big exploits that has been already reported to the devs. Do not do the thing where you use your ult and then empty a ranged weapon to get the benefit of having armor penetration. It's not supposed to work that way. Alright, I don't know whether they'll patch it this time or the next time, but it is not intended to work that way, so please be careful. Because there are also some other exploits for other classes, weapons, whatever. All of that. Oh, shit. Get me out of the damn thing. There we go. Dude, this chainsword makes me so fucking sad. Like, every single time I try and kill something with the heavy attack, it just doesn't work. Yeah. Remember, if you discover anything, Helen Raju, let me know. Exploits, report them directly to me. I will cover them. For bugs, report them on the forums. All right, try not to use anything if something works and it's not the way it's supposed to intend to work. It's best to clarify whether or not it's an exploit or a bug. If it gives you an advantage, it's probably going to be counted as exploit. Yeah, definitely. I think right now there's a lot of ways, like a lot of people can't really do anything because it's all luck and chance that you get.
Medicaid station!
That's reinforcements. Target's inside.
I don't think you can block an attack from behind, at least not that I know of, but I could be wrong. Because I did not play Vermintide, so I do not know. Yeah, without my super awesome Eviscerator thing.
Haven't been an enforcer in this place for years, thanks to the water cartel.
I think if you can get a lot of toughness damage reduction, the hammer would definitely be better. Like right now, my curios are the only thing I'm really missing.
Rangers down! Flames are true! Arrest them! Dead talk through me! That's better! One less bomber! I think I'm a goner!
Gonna save the other charge for when I get ripped. Oh,
Ready not! That trapper is dead! Medicaid station!
Not lose control. I will not.
Reloading.
Down we go!
I'm slowly waiting for them to improve the crafting situation, that's for sure.
Scab gunner! Got a gunner! Many a heretic has been sentenced here, and will be again! In the God Emperor's name!
Bro, that Ogren got in my way. Oh.
Bloodlust isn't as attractive as you might think, Zealot.
Yep.
Blessed ammo.
I mean, the build I'm gonna release is pretty much our standard for use, and it can be used with multiple weapons. That, I think, was the focus of my testing, to ensure that it can work with multiple weapons. And I think that, actually, to be fair, it can work with both combat knives, eviscerators, pretty much anything. But not chainswords, because goddamn, it's bad. Oh, really, Muty? Oh, come on. Damn it. Oh, come on. Really?
This is a test of faith, slab. Rise to it.
Not touch! No more biting.
There we go.
Can you not hear
All
me?
alive.
Help!
And I have no ammo.
Oh, a grenade!
Big ammo! It's this way, I'm sure. Receive the Emperor's mercy! God, Emperor, be with me! God, Emperor! Follow me!
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Yeah, no, I have no doubt the combat knife would be good. But, like, to me, the combat knife is the hero option, you know? And I've got no trouble with the tack axe either. Like, both of these are fantastic options that I firmly feel do really well. But the thing is, I'm just trying to test all the other options as well. And because there are similar feats, for example, on the chainsword with shred. So technically speaking, like, these feats should work, you know? Effectively, they should work. The big problem is that, like, this chainsword, it just doesn't do enough. It just doesn't justify even using shred on it, because it's just no good. You know, that's where I feel that we are, you know, some of the stuff is lacking. Like the Thunderhammer, you know, Jake can definitely use it. I respect that. I can't. I have no skill with it whatsoever. But the Eviscerator, and what I try to do with my builds and stuff is I try to make sure that the general person, the average person, can use it well. And I think that that's really important, because otherwise, you know, we have a situation where people aren't able to use stuff well, and that's just not helpful at all in general. So that's my take on it. I mean, the chainsword can get through T4, but it's not efficient. Like this I'm okay, but I was a burden to my team, you know? So although it has some T4 potential, it's not as good as I would want it to be. Considering what we're giving up to use it, like, it just doesn't strike me as good, you know? Like, because I foresee that, like, the combat blade would, like you mentioned, would have been so much better as a weapon choice. You know, I mean, sure, the chainsword is strong, but it doesn't do enough compared to the Eviscerator, you know? Exactly. So it has to, like, any weapon choice has to be good enough to overcome the innate usefulness of other weapon choices. And I think that that's where the chainsword, or like the Thunderhammer, in my opinion now. Sorry, Jake. The Thunderhammer and the chainsword, they fall short of this, because yeah, they can be good sometimes, but I'm looking more at what is good all the time, you know? And so far, the combat blade, the tack axe, and the Eviscerator are the ones that are coming out on top, in my opinion, in this regard. Could I be wrong? Totally. But do I believe I'm wrong? No, I don't believe so. At least in my opinion. Got myself a nice bolt gun. I'm happy with that. Alright, ladies and gents, that brings us to the end of the stream. I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna go eat, and then I've got some work to do. Vids to prepare and all that. I'm still waiting for the patch notes. They still haven't delivered them to me. Guys, if the patch notes come out right and you spot them, can you just leave a comment anywhere on my YouTube? I don't care what video you leave them on, but do leave me a comment, because I would love to catch the patch notes and actually be able to you know, cover them for you guys. So let me know, yeah? Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. It has been an awesome run with the Zealot. I've learned a lot, and honestly, right now, like, I've added the Eviscerator to my potential list of stuff that can, you know, overcome T4. But in general, I still believe in the tack axe. The tack axe, the combat blade, and the Eviscerator with the right combo does super well, you know? Yeah. The tack axe is based on the crit stat, and I think you can get up to, was it? Yeah, I think you're right, about 15%. My tack axe has like 12-ish. No, this the max is like 12%, so this has 11.85, and that's maxed out. So I would say that that's about it for the tack axe. I do have a lot of weapons though, all stocked up and ready. Now this new bolter. Ooh, this is 8% toughness on elite kill. Not gonna lie, that's pretty swanky, but the damage is low. A bit lower, actually. Give me this damn thing. Give me this ugly ass bolter. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. You guys are an amazing audience. I will see you all this evening. Y'all have fun now. Bye-bye.